Wow, 13 people watching. Might as well start the chat. Again, any questions you guys want to ask, feel free to ask. So, Bitcoin Cash the other day was, spiking, of course. It was up like 80%. And there was a conspiracy theory I saw on Reddit that Bitcoin Cash was a scam and that basically what was going to be happening. I don't necessarily believe this. I'm not getting into the pro versus cons of Bitcoin Cash in this video, but uh, hold on one second. I got a question from B Bleak 35. How do you buy low and sell high with all the fees or slow exchange times? It depends on what kind of exchange you're using. Like, you can't really do trading on, like, Coinbase, really. I mean, you could do long-term trades and swing trades, but for day trading, one exchange, if you're doing more tokens, is Ether Delta, which basically is an Ethereum decentralized exchange, and the fees on there really are not bad at all. It's all decentralized. It does take some getting used to for the UI, the user interface, and it took me a couple days to get used to it. It is kind of confusing, but Ether Delta, I actually have wanted to make a video on that in the future on how you could trade on there, but you could trade a lot of different things on there, a lot of different tokens. As for cryptocurrencies, that's a little bit more different. You could use Poloniex, a couple different things out there for that. But yeah, fees, that's a good question. Fees are, they can be high depending on what you're trading and depending on the exchange you're using. But, there's a lot of different things you could use. I always recommend Ether Delta. And, yeah. So, any other questions, guys? Hope that helped. If not, I will, get back to, the Bitcoin Cash thing. So Bitcoin Cash was up like 80%, and basically the theory was that the people who created Bitcoin Cash were going to pump it up, and then they're going to dump it at the once it's at the high, and they're going to reinvest their money into Bitcoin, and basically everyone who put their money into Bitcoin Cash was going to lose out. That was the theory. I'm not saying it's true, but that was just a theory that I saw on Reddit. As for Bitcoin Cash, I don't think you guys should buy much of it. I think it could still go up. I'm not saying it won't go up at all. But the thing with Bitcoin Cash is normal Bitcoin is going to be improving a lot over the next few years. We now have a 90% success rate when it comes to testing the Lightning Network, right? So we're going to see a much quicker, a much faster, a much better Bitcoin within the next few years because of the Lightning Network and because of the byte size is going to be changing. A lot of different things are going to be happening with normal Bitcoin. So that, in my opinion, is going to render Bitcoin Cash not necessarily obsolete, but it will render it to the point that it won't have as much of a purpose. So I have a little bit of money in Bitcoin Cash, but I don't plan on, it's not a long-term play in my part. New trader, we have a question from Robinson909. New trader, do you think Dash is sustainable or a hedge coin? Dash is interesting. I don't have a ton of money in Dash. I did like I said at the beginning of this live stream, I actually just bought some Dash the other day, and now what we're seeing, it's up 43.19%. I think this has to do with the fact that they're changing their block size, so there is that. As for Dash, I mean, I think it is a sustainable crypto. I'm not saying it's necessarily a hedge, but if you're looking for sustainability, I know the graph says otherwise right now. I do like Litecoin as a sustainable crypto, just because if you look at Litecoin, it has, I'm not saying it's low volatility, but it has a lot less volatility versus some of the other altcoins, and it's been around quite some time, whereas Dash is, relatively different from that. As for the hedge, I mean, I think any altcoin to a degree is a hedge against Bitcoin. And it kind of gets complicated because of the fact, like, I've made a lot of money with altcoins, but the thing about altcoins is this: sometimes Bitcoin goes up and altcoins go up, but also there is also sometimes that inverse relationship between altcoins and Bitcoin, whereas when you see Bitcoin starting to decline, a lot of the time altcoins will start pumping up. Now, there are just days where, and you'll learn this as a trader, you say you're a new trader and you'll learn this over time, you'll be able to identify what's a down day and what's an actual price effect, right? So there will be certain days in cryptocurrency where just everything's down. There'll be certain days where just all altcoins are down. There'll be certain days where just Bitcoin's down, and there will be days where everything's up, and there will be days where certain things are up and certain things aren't up. And as you learn more as a trader, you will basically be able to discern that information. So yeah, definitely good question there. I kind of went on a little bit of a tangent, but yeah, Dash, I think I wouldn't buy it right now just because it's at a high. Of course, you don't want to buy, it's all FOMO right now, fear of missing out. A lot more people are going to get on here. And yeah, BTC is king, the digital gold, store of value, wealth preserver. I completely agree. I didn't read your top comment. If people are buying Bitcoin Cash for quick retail convenience, why not just buy Digibyte at 1 cent, which has faster confirmation? Bcash is way overvalued and just another crazy hype altcoin. I agree with you to an extent, Norm Bulldek. I agree with you. If you actually if you guys aren't following me on Instagram and stuff, make sure you follow me there. But I actually have commented on older Instagram stuff on Bitcoin Cash saying the same thing you're saying. My thought was, if people wanted faster confirmation times and they wanted something quicker, then why hasn't Litecoin been shooting through the moon for the past few years? You get what I'm saying? Like, there have been coins out here that have, been quicker, have Lightning Network or be closer to getting Lightning Network for a while now, but they haven't been seeing the surge that Bitcoin has seen the surge in. So to me, what that says is that the faster confirmation times, the Lightning Network, all these things, while they're good, they are just, people aren't putting that much value on them. For me, Bitcoin is the king because Bitcoin has what's called network externalities, right? So we're getting into business now. We don't want to, get too much in that, but a network externality is basically its value grows as more people use it because of the fact that more people use it. And that's not the only reason its value grows, of course. But for instance, basically to sum it up, Bitcoin already has a huge advantage over Bitcoin Cash simply because it's been around longer and it's a lot more entrenched into so many online marketplaces. Bitcoin Cash is a relatively new thing. And, I think the guy's name is like Roger Ver. He is a shady dude, and he's kind of behind Bitcoin Cash. So, do I own a little bit of Bitcoin Cash? Yes, but I have much more money in Bitcoin. I actually, again, I've stated this in past videos. I started buying Bitcoin in high school, right? So I'm up quite a bit on Bitcoin. Bitcoin could drop to 2,000 and I'd still be up on it. So yeah, that is my thoughts on Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. Definitely long on Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash, I have a little bit in just for, whatever and giggles. Can't say the S word on here, I'll also get demonetized, and that'll be my next topic to talk about after I'm done answering some of these questions. That is YouTube demonetization, and it's pissing me off. But yeah, Bitcoin Cash, I'm definitely not long on. I can't say for certain it won't go up over time, because I think a lot of cryptos, even ones that aren't necessarily good cryptocurrencies, will still go up just because of the money flooding into crypto right now. But yeah, Bitcoin is definitely a better long play over Bitcoin Cash. I do agree with you. Do you think Bitcoin will continue back up December and January? To be honest with you, I think we could see it dip a little bit lower, but I don't think December, I think January, right? So I think, there's been a lot of debate within the Bitcoin community lately about Bitcoin versus Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, 2x. And I think this does dissuade some new investors from Bitcoin, because you have new investors who don't really understand forks, don't really get the idea of a fork, and they kind of want to stay away from crypto now. So I think that short term might have a negative effect. But if you actually look at Bitcoin in charting data, you don't see that much you still see support, right? You still see support at like the 5,000 level. I don't think it's going to drop, that much lower. So I think we are ready for a bounce back with Bitcoin. Can I say for certain? No, because I am not in my charting, in my charting data right now on TradingView. But I do want to make a video on this probably next week on whether or not Bitcoin's going to bounce back and when it will happen. I think January, it could happen sooner, but it really just depends it depends a lot on altcoins, right? And it depends a lot on Bitcoin Cash. Right now, you have a lot of people who just made a lot of money on Bitcoin Cash. Where are they going to put that money? Are they going to put that money into altcoins, or are they going to put that money back into Bitcoin? That's the big question. If they're smart, I would say put it back into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin just had such a huge dip. But yeah, so I would say January. I don't think December, it might still be in the red. I don't think it'll make up for all the loss, but it might make up for some. Do you think NEO will have triple digits next year? I mean, I think it's possible, but the thing about NEO is that because China has such an important factor when it comes to NEO, any type of, as I've stated in past videos about the Chinese government cracking down on certain aspects of cryptocurrency, they're not banning cryptocurrency. There were some, clickbait people were posting China bans crypto. That's not what was happening. They were banning ICOs, and that's not the same thing as cryptocurrency in general. Initial coin offering is different from just things that are already available. But it depends a lot on China, because if you look at NEO, a lot of its purchasing, a lot of everything that's going on with NEO is happening with China. If China loosens their crypto restrictions next year, I think it's possible NEO will go up. I don't know about triple digits. I think, maybe double digits. But is it possible? Yes. I don't really I don't own too much NEO. I own actually like maybe $100 worth of NEO, so I'm not really a big I don't cover NEO a ton on the channel. I do cover it from time to time, and I do want to buy more of it, so stick around. But it's definitely not it definitely has a lot to do with China and that uncertainty there. Okay, Korea is waking. Where are we? Crypto war is on. Bitcoin Cash takeover ? Korea is just waking up, so will be interesting to see if we see the same sort of volumes as yesterday. You're right, it is a Bitcoin war right now. There is a lot of debate over Bitcoin versus Bitcoin Cash, and also don't forget we have Bitcoin Gold coming around, and I think that might make some headways. But to be honest with you, I think once Bitcoin Gold comes out, I know it's already, you know what I'm saying, but I think once Bitcoin Gold starts to see some price movement, it might take some of the air out of Bitcoin Cash, just because I feel like you have to think about it like this. Who's for Bitcoin Cash? The people who are pro-fork, the people who want to see Bitcoin forked, and they want to see tons of forks. And those people might split up their money between all the different Bitcoin forks, and this would result on each of them going down in value, or not down necessarily, but not being in the top 10, right? So yes, you're completely correct. There definitely is a Bitcoin war going on right now. Adrian, don't forget 50% was from North. That is true. That is verified. A lot of the Bitcoin Cash volume was from North Korea. So I don't know what to think about that. This Bitcoin Cash pump cannot be sustained by the yeah, I tend to agree with you, Norm. The Bitcoin, I put more money into Bitcoin the other day just because, what's this? Just because, it's a dip. You buy the dip. Don't follow the rest of the market. Think about how unintelligent some people are in this world. They literally just think, oh, price go up, buy now. Price go down, sell now. Well, that's the opposite of what you should be doing. You should be buying the dip, playing long term. If I do crypto trading, but I am a long-term investor first, right? I have my crypto trading money that I play around with to do trading. I do make a lot of money doing that. But long-term, I'm a long-term investor. That's what I advise you guys to do. I'm not saying don't learn how to trade crypto. All I'm saying is don't let your long-term money get siphon into your short-term trading money. Keep that stuff separate. Have your long-term, and if you're long-term, I recommend having a lot of money in Bitcoin, a lot of money in Ethereum, and a lot of money in Litecoin. So that is where I stand on that. Bitcoin is too expensive for some of us. I can't flip that too easily. What do you mean by expensive? I mean, it is relatively per coin expensive, but you could, I'm sure you know this, but you could buy, fractions of the coin. Even if you put $10 a week into Bitcoin and do dollar cost averaging, which dollar cost averaging reduces your it reduces your exposure to volatility. So versus just putting 10 grand and putting it into Bitcoin, it's better to put a little bit each week. So I just clicked on that by accident. So that you reduce your exposure to volatility. The next thing I wanted to get into was Bitcoin. Bitcoin. I just covered Bitcoin. Was YouTube demonetization, and this has been getting me quite a bit frustrated. So you guys might want to stay tuned if you want to hear me get a little bit ranty. YouTube is broken when it comes to their monetization system, right? So as many of you know, I do make some money from YouTube ads, not a ton, but some money. And YouTube has been demonetizing videos and remonetizing them on the same day, sometimes multiple times a day. So I typically will make around $3 per 1,000 views, right? So if I get 500 views on a video, theoretically I should make $1.50. But one of the videos I just uploaded that got like 600 views, I only made like 70 cents on. Why? Because for the first like 200 views, it was demonetized. And my videos, I don't swear or anything really. I keep them PG-13 because I don't want to, alienate people or, ruin things. But it's getting me aggravated because it's making me miss out on money that I could be putting more into crypto and, putting more into my YouTube channel. And, YouTube is just broken. Like, about half the videos I upload nowadays get demonetized at some point. They don't say demonetized. They'll get remonetized because there's nothing wrong with them, but it makes me miss out on potential revenue. What do you guys think about that? Leave it in the chat. Like I'm okay with YouTube I'm okay with YouTube demonetizing like super, things that shouldn't be on here, things that really aren't advertiser friendly, but my channel is completely advertiser friendly. I don't see why they would do this. It doesn't make any sense to me really at all. Like, I'm going to demonetize your video because you talk about Bitcoin, really? And again, this hurts my revenue. This is why, I put a lot of affiliate links in the description, because that's a way for me to make up for that. So if you guys click on my affiliate link in the description and you buy something, I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just explaining to you guys. I'm not making a pitch right here. If you guys do that, if you click on, not on this video because it won't be in the description on the live stream, but on my regular content where you see the Amazon links and the kit links, if you guys click there and you buy something, I make a little bit of money off that through the affiliate commission. Not much, maybe, it's 2 to 3% or whatever it is on Amazon. And that helps support, helps make up for that, but not as much as, just stop demonetizing my videos. Please. It does nothing but... It gets a lot. It's not just me, by the way. It's not just me. They do it to a ton of different YouTubers for no reason, and it's just aggravating. They need to fix this. They're doing AI learning, which is supposed to be, this new thing where it's supposed to get better over time. Has it been better? I don't think so. I don't think it's really been that much better to the point where you could tell a noticeable difference. It really is just like... Nowadays, 50% of the videos I upload are demonetized. They'll be remonetized. They'll be demonetized again. They'll be remonetized. And it's so aggravating. D'Angelo, Ethereum. You want to know my thoughts on Ethereum? I think Ethereum is a really great cryptocurrency. I think that it's undervalued, and I think that a lot of it, where its value comes from, is the underlying technology. So it doesn't have the same entrenchment effect that normal Bitcoin has, but I definitely think that Ethereum, it's a good long-term play. That's what I'm going to say. Because here's Ethereum's... All right, how do I break this down? Here's Ethereum's catch-22, right? So initial coin offerings, a lot of them are based on Ethereum, and this helps Ethereum's price go up. This helps boost demand. However, a lot of initial coin offerings, then once they raise their money, they sell a portion of it, usually a large portion, half of it, if not more, and they transfer that into fiat. And of course, if you understand trading, you'll know that that reduces the price of Ethereum. So what's happening is Ethereum is going to have a slow climb, meaning it's going to go up from the hype and the demand from the ICOs, and then once they sell off, it'll dip down a little bit. Not as much, not to completely negate the going up, but it'll dip down a little bit. And then it'll go up again once there's another big project, millions raised, money pours back into Ethereum. It'll dip down because the ICO will then transfer half of it into fiat. So Ethereum is going to be a slow climb. It's not going to be these, 200% gains you see in anything like that. Ethereum is a slow climb cryptocurrency, of course, and it's definitely a long play. But yeah, any other questions, guys? If not, I might end up wrapping up this live stream. So what we cover? We covered your questions, we covered Bitcoin Cash, and we covered YouTube demonetization, which again gets me so aggravated. Stop demonetizing my videos. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I'll give it another minute to see if you guys have any other questions. If not, it's fine. I thought this was a good live stream. I haven't done a live stream since I was under 1,000 subscribers. I'm now approaching 2,000. So I hope you enjoyed it. And have you seen Zcash? Was Zcash up today? I didn't. I worked all day. I didn't really. Oh yeah, Zcash was up today. I'll be honest. I don't know a ton about Zcash. I don't own any Zcash. Oh wow, it was up quite a bit today. Let me know if you would let me know if you would want a video on Zcash. Oh wow, yeah. It definitely is booming, and you can see over here you had a double spike. Oh yeah, you definitely see the W over here, so that definitely means you're in a bull trend, so the prices should keep rising. Yeah, thanks for bringing that to my attention. I'll definitely just in the last hour. Yeah, in the last hour it's been up quite a bit, but even looking at it long term, I like to see long-term growth. And as you can see over here, you get quite a few spikes, and it is rising. Maybe I'll do a video on that this week as I learn more about it. I'm not gonna make a video on it until I, teach myself more about it and stuff. But yeah, I'll definitely look into Zcash. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, Lawrence. I appreciate it. Thanks for being in the live stream. I haven't read up on BTG, but don't ICOs drop big time usually? ICOs are interesting. See, I've done ICO videos on this channel, and I've talked directly with ICOs. If they want me to put out a video and stuff, they will they'll be like, hey, can you put out a video on us? We want to promote, we want to partner, we want to sponsor you. I turn down a lot of them because I don't want to promote things on my channel that are scammy, right? But sometimes I do ICO videos on the channel. ICOs are like this. They are, don't let the apple, how do I say this? Don't let it poison the well, right? Don't let a few bad ICOs destroy the idea of ICOs, because the fundamental premise, the fundamental idea of ICOs is a sound one. It's a good idea. It's a good way to fundraise, because you could raise so much money to get your development team going, to get so many things going, and the token holders are rewarded if the project is successful. So ICOs, you have to learn how to look for them, because I'd say like 40% of them, 40 to 50% are not good, and the other 50% are decent to good, right? So you have, I'll put them into 3 categories. 1 is bad, 2 is decent, 3 is good. Half of them are bad, the other half is a mix of decent and good. You have to know how to sort through them, things to look for on their website, read their white paper. Does this make sense? Who's the team? A lot of different things you have to look for with ICOs. Very in-depth thing. I might have an ICO video this week. I am talking with the ICO right now, but we'll see about that. Especially because it helps me as far as YouTube demonetization, because YouTube is, really not helping me at all, really. Let's just say that. Not doing me any favors. I know you're talking about, all right, so William Georges, I know you're talking Bitcoin, but what is your point of view on Ripple? Thanks. Also, Alex Wieslander, what do you think about XRP? Is it due for a raise? So XRP, for those of you who don't know, I'm sure most of you guys know this, but XRP and Ripple, we're going to use that synonymously. They're the same thing. I know Ripple's the network, XRP is the thing on the network, but we'll just meld them together for the purpose of this video, or of this live stream. So XRP definitely has long-term potential. I don't think we're going to see much of a rise for the rest of this year, right? We only have a couple months left in this year, so I don't think we're going to see too much there. XRP is going to rise as Ripple goes and captures, and I'll say Ripple as the company now. XRP is going to rise as Ripple company goes and captures more market segments, right? So as Ripple moves into India and they put bases overseas, not bases, what is this, the military? They put, offices overseas. As they go and do that, and they start to, in native start using XRP versus using Western Unions versus Zoom, because XRP is a much better way to transfer money. That's when XRP is going to rise. When's that going to happen? I don't know. I think maybe middle of next year it might start taking off more, but XRP's value is going to come a lot from how much Ripple pushes it, and Ripple is pushing it. Don't get me wrong, I do own XRP. I've put out one of my XRP Ripple videos has gotten like 100,000 views almost. I do own quite a bit of it, but I don't think it's going to happen until 2018, and I think it's a long-term play again, because it's going to happen when Ripple company, as they start capturing more market segment, and they are capturing it. They're putting a lot of work into it, into trying to get other people, it's called remittance. It's where people transfer money back to their home country and stuff. Once people start using XRP for that, you're going to see XRP's price rise. So, sorry guys, my mouth was a little bit dry. I've been talking for who knows how long. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on the XRP. 2018, I think, is going to be the year it rises. But yeah. Palm Beach are bullish on XRP. So yeah, guys, I really appreciate everyone who's been in the chat. I definitely, enjoy chatting with you guys. Yeah, I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about. I don't see any other questions, so I appreciate you guys being here. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll try and put out a video tomorrow. I do work a lot this week, and I am doing some more crypto trading this week, so that might take away from as many videos as I could put out, but I do try and put out at least one every other day. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, share it, leave a like, do, the usual thing that I ask you guys to do, because it helps me out a ton. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.